Good evening and welcome to Friday night action in Football NT's Men's Premier Division. It is upstart, rising Port Darwin against the top of the ladder, Hellenic. But don't be deceived by the fact that Hellenic are in first and Port Darwin sit fifth out of sixth. They met on Tuesday night and that was a 2-2 draw as Port Darwin's improvement continues game to game, and they are starting to really mount a challenge to fourth place Uni Atsuri for the last remaining spot in the final four. A long way to go in the season. It's only the second of three head-to-heads. These two, it is the third meeting, and they'll be the first team to complete the full set as we kick off here in Darwin of teams to have met each other 3 times already this campaign. It was 5-1 when Hellenic played Port the first time around in round 4, but 2-2 midweek. And now the pressure is on Hellenic because they need a result to make sure they finish the weekend ahead of Mindle in second place. And the reward could be huge for Port Darwin as they try to jump into fourth place at the expense of Uni Atsuri tonight. And straight from kickoff, we've had 40 seconds of Hellenic completely owning the ball. And it gives me an opportunity to welcome my co-caller to the team tonight. And that is Alex Bunton. Alex, great to have you on board.
Thank you very much. I'm very excited.
So coming into this match, what was your prediction? Did you think that Hellenic's ladder position would hold up, or has the midweek game swayed you that Port Darwin might be able to get something off them 2 games in a row?
I do think Port Darwin can get something off them on the bounce. You know, they've done some heavy recruiting in the past couple of weeks, and that's starting to show. So I think they definitely are a threat.
And early here we see them go forward. First real meaningful attack of any sort. They've barely had possession of the ball in the first 90 seconds, and they've already managed to turn it into a set piece. So what a start this would be. We'll jump into the teams after this corner kick and give you the rundown of who's who. But I can tell you that standing over this corner for Port Darwin and sending the corner high into the far post, over the head of all concerned and cleared away by Hellenic's Harry Chiles. So Port Darwin's team tonight: Dominic Price in goal, 3 is Declan O'Shea, 5 Tobias Kogai, 7 Raimundo Jose, who scored during the week, 9 Roberto Sicles, 10 Isaac Paul, 12 Ryan McAvoy, the captain tonight, 13 is Simon Mashamango, 18 Jay Adams, and 19 Terry Fannin. And for those of you not familiar with Port Darwin, they are the team in the maroon, and Hellenic in the blue and white stripes. Their goalkeeper is Nick Theodorakopoulos. Number 2, Kenneth Nahn. 4, Harry Chiles. 6, James Rushton Woods. Will break here because Sulav Maski, the number 10, is sliding a through ball, and the keeper, Price, is out quickly off his line. Number 6, James Rushton Woods. 8, Alex Turner. 10, Sulav Maski. 11, Munyaradzi Raparanganda. 16 is Ross Billius. 17, the league's top scorer, Simon Bell, with 11 goals to his name this campaign. And the number 23, the captain, Warren Barry. So we see an attempted long ball down the right. That is a neat little turn and attempting the through ball and diving down. Oh, he's spilt it. It's going to be a goal. Extraordinary. Port Darwin, perhaps they can continue upsetting the apple cart here because they have opened the scoring through a surprise error from Nick Theodorakopoulos. And it means that they now lead 1-0. And well, Alex, that is going to be a moment of great regret here for Hellenic because that is the opening that they did not want to give Port Darwin. Their top scorer, Isaac Paul, has nabbed his 7th of the season.
That's exactly right. And I think Hellenic won't be too worried being this early. As you said, Simon Bell is the top goal scorer and he's got plenty of goals in him. I think they just need to settle the game.
So a 4th-minute goal. Isaac Paul, who scored at midweek, continues his streak, perhaps more through fortune than his own excellent play, but he was in the right place at the right time. And how is that going to affect Port Darwin's morale? Because as you said, they're a team that's done some recruiting, they're a team on the rise, and now they've got a really good foothold in this game.
They just need to keep going. They can't let it get to their head too early. As I said, scored in the 3rd minute. There's still 87 more minutes to go yet, and they just need to keep capitalising on them opportunities.
So we wait for an instant reply, perhaps. Attempted volley from Warren Barry. It's knocked off the line once. Goalkeeper waves it over. A little bit nervous from Dominic Price there, but his defence was able to help him out as that corner kick was headed off, well, not quite off the goal line, but about a metre in front of the goal line. And Barry, who always starts games very busily, tries to set the tone for his team. Hellenic love to play their passing game, but right now the rest of the competition will be watching on with great interest, in particular Mindel in second, I'm sure, because the ladder leaders are behind. And so we restart with a goal kick. It's been a hectic opening, and that's after the first 90 seconds was Hellenic just stroking the ball around, owning possession. So things have sprung to life quite quickly. Throw in on the left. And Port Darwin can't keep possession on this occasion. You see Isaac Paul hunting this throw in here and has to wait now as Hellenic are on the ball. Rushton Woods able to keep control initially, but then his pass was misdirected. Played out to the right. Indri Prifty plays it to Isaac Paul. Oh, swing and a miss. Fresh air attempt. And booted away. Now Bell. It's a long way from where he prefers to be, leading the line. And the attempted ball through there. Just trying to seek out a player. It's been headed away. And now knocked onto the chest and, well, potential foul. And yes, the referee has come through with a whistle. Tonight's officiating crew, Tim Lay, the central referee. Nasir Juman is the first assistant referee. And the second, over on your far side there, holding the flag, is Ryan Prescott. High ball from Port Darwin. They've just rattled Hellenic a bit. They haven't quite found that passing rhythm again ever since going behind. Jose Raimundo and now Isaac Paul. He's full of confidence. Up to 7 goals for the season now, which doesn't quite put him near the league's very top scorers, but he's at least in the top 5. Still got a bit of a gap to close to get to Mark Casemiro and Simon Bell. And now a high boot here is going to lead the referee to put a halt to play. We've got a man down. Alex, talk us through this one. Nothing too serious, I hope.
No, he's starting to get up and move fine now. Looks pretty well.
And so that is Jose Raimundo, who is back up to his feet. So from centre-back, Port Darwin tried to venture forward, but that one's been comfortably intercepted by Ross Bilius, who's playing for Hellenic tonight. And now Hellenic attempting a long ball. Rarity from them. Normally they like for the more patient build-up, but Rushton Woods was trying to sneak in behind it. He's going to get given a gift here, a chance to swing it across. And volleyed away. Barry challenging, falls to Sicles. And the Italian distributes out towards the left. You see the pace there of Isaac Paul. He was trying to chase the ball down before the keeper came off his line, but Theodorakopoulos wasn't going to slip up on this occasion. He's already gifted the 1 goal already tonight. He'll be hoping that it is a typically high-scoring football NT clash. Although I must say, Alex, one thing I have noticed is that now that the teams are back training and playing games in a regular rhythm, the incredibly high scores aren't coming with quite the same frequency. We had to wait 8 rounds to get a draw. We finally got 2 draws in a row in the last 2 games. So we see the goalkeeper Price here out of his line. And then the number of crazy scorelines, 4-3s, 4-2s, they seem to have dried up as well. So it looks as though coaches now are starting to remind their teams how to defend.
Absolutely, and I think a couple of the lads that weren't doing much training during COVID lockdown were caught out, and now they're back in the rhythm and they got their fitness back. The scorelines have dissipated quite a bit.
Certainly hope that tonight maybe a return to the free scoring ways that we've become used to in this competition. And these two are a guarantee of goals, really. First meeting was 6 between them, and midweek it was 4. We've already had 1 as we reach the 10-minute mark here tonight. Lots of high long balls at the moment being exchanged between the teams. Maskey tries to get it on the deck for Hellenic. And now Kenneth Nahn, always a calm influence in the centre of midfield for his team. Maskey, the man who can make magic happen. He defers to Barry here, right into the thick of the traffic, and the shot comes in. On sight there from Harry Childs. It's deflected away, and then late contact coming through, and the referee will bring it back for a foul on James Rushton Woods. And he's going to come over and just have a chat to the offending player here. No thoughts of a card this early in the night. And Jay Adams will leave the scene without further sanction. Potentially dangerous set piece here, though, Alex.
Absolutely. Hellenic have proven from these positions that they can be quite lethal.
Goalkeeper will have to be on alert for the direct shot. Sulav Maskey can be a bit of a master of surprise. And he's always able to make the ball swerve the wrong way. That's the big thing. Just, he may line up to shape like he's aiming for the top left here, but he could then swing it towards the bottom right. Be warned. Dominic Price waits in goal. Maskey is going to defer it sideways. Rushton Woods with a drive, and it was always bending the wrong way, and it goes high and wide of the targets. And so, Alex, as far as setting up to defend against a player like Sulav Maskey, what do the Port Darwin players need to do to try and keep him quiet?
I think just communication in the back there, you know, making sure someone's always got vision on him. They're checking the shot. He can get it back, and he'll sneak behind you quite quickly. So communication, I think, will be the key to keeping him out the game.
He always loves to shoot from distance, so there's no excuses now, especially with games being filmed and broadcast every week. Every player in every team should be able to learn a few tricks of the trade of their various opponents. And particularly Dominic Price, he's going to have to be on his toes tonight. Hellenic take over possession again. Bilias, long ball down the right side. Slipping and sliding was Espoir Mushagero. Not able to take possession for his team. Now Port Darwin are moving. Down the left side they go. Raimundo knocked over again from behind, and he won't be happy with the attention. It's only early in this game, and he's already been felled a couple of times. Kenneth Nahn, quick to leave the scene. No thoughts of a card again. Not the most serious foul, but they add up, don't they, Alex? If you're a creative playmaker and you're getting constantly fouled, it can take a real toll on your body and also on your mental state as you approach the game.
Absolutely. You know, you've got to keep your head down and just don't get too frustrated by it. You know, keep playing your game. Obviously, you're doing the right thing by frustrating them.
As we see here, Prifty, he is also going to ground, but his little question of the assistant referee can't bring any sort of a free kick his way, nor should it have perhaps on that occasion. And now Hellenic will try to play out from the back. Port Darwin, you can really see them committed to pressing here. And it was Raimundo Jose again, right on the case. But this time they escape. And it is a neat little flick on. Mushigero trying for the return ball to Raparanganda. But it's well defended on this occasion. Port Darwin keeping their position. And the captain, Ryan McAvoy, on his left foot, swinging it away. Now Mashimungo. And that pass is to no one in particular. It hits the sideline and goes out. Kenneth Nahn is going to pass forward this time. Bell has plenty of attention. Looks like there's a plan. Lee Addison, the Port Darwin coach, seems like he's got his team good and ready for the challenge of the league's top scorer as well. They'll be happy that he hasn't had a chance on goal in the first 15 minutes, nor the opportunity to contend in the air where he is so dangerous. Port Darwin with considerable squad turnover already this season. A number of players that have even scored goals for them, not featuring tonight, either in the starting 11 or even in the reserves. They've got a combination that they like at the moment. And Hellenic aren't quite cutting through with quite the joy they may have expected based on their previous meetings where they have scored 7 goals. And clever on this occasion, steering the ball out to the left from McAvoy. Port Darwin trying to escape through the left, and good covering defence, getting back, but perhaps a little bit of a scare on that occasion as the ball goes behind for another corner. Got to say, Alex, I reckon that Hellenic probably have the height advantage, but Port Darwin, if they're smart, they might be able to make a set piece like this work for them.
Yeah, this is time to show what they've been doing on the training ground. They've obviously been moving a lot quicker than Hellenic tonight, so maybe someone can nip in there and steal something.
Well, that's a good point. They did play Tuesday, and there are 3 midweek games over the next 3 weeks, one for each of the 6 teams in the league. As we see into the near post, that was dangerous. Sickles, and now O'Shea, the left foot of McAvoy. O'Shea again, another left-footed strike. They've got a couple of left pegs in this team, and now the long shot comes in. Sensational as it's off the post and batted away, and now crossed in. Goalkeeper Theodore Akopoulos is up, and that was so close to a second Port Darwin goal. And now they're on the run again. Long shot, takes a deflection and goes wide. Tobias Kogai there challenging right at the end of a sensational attacking passage of play, and perhaps Alex, Port Darwin will feel they're unlucky not to be 2-0 up.
Absolutely. Obviously, what they're doing is working. They just now need to collect some reward for it. You know, Hellenic, they got them pinned back against the ropes.
So, Port Darwin, they have laid down a marker. This is the 5th place team out of 6, really taking the game to a ladder leader that until recently had looked pretty imperious. Before they drew 2-2 against Port midweek, Hellenic had drawn 1-1 against Casuarina and only conceding a stoppage time equaliser in that game. And before that, they dispatched Mindle 4-0, Uni Atsuri 4-1, Hearts 4-0, and Port 5-1. So they've been free scoring and full of good results. And then all of a sudden, they've now come back to the pack a bit, if not on the table, but at least in general play. Let's see if Mushigero can find something here. He runs out of real estate, and it's going to be a throw-in. Isaac Paul keeps it moving. Got another just strategic foul, you'd have to say there. This time Prifty is knocked over. Not the first time he's been felled tonight either. How long until the referee starts to reach for his cards due to persistent fouling here? It seems as though Hellenic are very comfortable to just give away a foul if they feel as though their defence is being caught out on the transition. Ball swung to the edge of the penalty area and headed away. Maskey. And 50-50 is there to be won, and commitment from Harry Child. And now it is Port Darwin committing a foul, and dare I say, that might be the worst of the fouls we've seen so far, going in over the ball a little. But the good news is Childs is straight back to his feet. And there's not too much protesting going on from either side, so they'll get on with the job. Long ball from Alex Turner. Pack of players at the fall, and it's a kind drop for Port Darwin. Kenneth Nahn, sideways to Rushton Woods. Now the cross is swung to the edge of the box and volleyed away. The referee's blowing his whistle because now the fouls are starting to go Hellenic's way. So it seems as though Port Darwin are happy to get as good as they've got in this first 20 minutes so far, and unfortunately, it means we've got to play it down. I always like to ask, being remotely based myself, Alex, what are the weather and conditions like in Darwin this evening?
Lovely and cool. We had the coldest morning. I think we hit 16 degrees early this morning, and on my way to the stadium this evening, it was 25. So it's lovely and cool.
Sounds absolutely marvellous from midwinter Melbourne. So good conditions for both teams. They're not going to overheat if it's 16 coming down from a top of 25. That's beautiful. Long ball down the left side, out for a throw. Bilias to take. Leaves it for his teammate. And again, Hellenic just haven't quite had that steady control of the ball that they're so used to here. It's a far more balanced contest between the two teams when it comes to possession and territory. It's a loose touch that almost opened the door, but quickly shuffled out to the right. Jay Adams, long bending ball into the middle. Isaac Paul, can he go to work here? Decides to defer over to Endry Prifty, the man who used to play in the Sunraysia League. Some 7 hours from Melbourne up in Mildura. And now Slav Maskey, high ball, Bell. Bit of physical attention. Declan O'Shea has really been happy to sacrifice any involvement in the game in an attacking sense, purely to make sure that Bell is within his clutches. And he doesn't want his teammates to undo some good work here. They are fortunate to get a throw in at right back. Nahn knocks it out. So we're about a quarter of the way through the night's action, and it is just the solitary goal in the 4th minute from Isaac Paul that separates the two teams. Mushigero can't take possession here. Slide challenge from Kogai, knocking the ball away from him. Hellenic happy to do it at walking pace as they slowly advance their team down the right flank. Mushigero, again, unable to control the ball. He's got shadows to go and chase, and he's done well to help win it back. Now Hellenic through Childs, with loads up a long shot from a lot of distance, and rather than let it roll out, Dominic Price goes and just puts a foot on the ball and takes possession. He's happy to boot it long. Port Darwin, again, they seem to be first to the second ball every time tonight. Maskey put a boot in, but it's swept away. Awkward to control. Raparanganda gets there ahead of Jose. Now Sinclair's. The little nutmeg on Kenneth Nahn. He's able to keep the ball in his team's possession. Shuffled on by McAvoy. Back to Sinclair's. What a great move this would be if it ends in the back of the net. The cross screwed into the box. Not a great convincing touch at the centre of defence, and Isaac Paul was nearly flipped through at the last. Vital intervention at the centre of defence for Hellenic. That was a neat little move with a couple of nice plays, starting with the nutmeg back in midfield. Now Sulav Maski trying to return it with interest. Bell was breaking off the last man, but Fannin was there to intercept. And now end-to-end stuff booted into the path of Paul. He's 1-on-2 here, and one defender was enough to stop him in his tracks and send him to the ground. And so now Hellenic's turn as the pendulum swings back and forth. Warren Barry. And things will calm down just for a moment here. Long ball, headed from the centre of defence. Barry, his pass intercepted. Brought to ground by Raimundo, and the whistle does come to his aid, and it gives me a chance to draw breath here. Alex, that was fantastic end-to-end play where both teams looked like they could have scored.
Yeah, I think Hellenic are now starting to get a little bit of rhythm, and they're starting to deal with the pace that Port Darwin is setting.
And so a free kick inside the centre circle to be taken by Declan O'Shea. Drives it out to the left. Touched on into space. Great opportunity here. Kogai sliding it on, and Isaac Paul was offside, it appears. Yes, even if the pass had arrived, the flag went up. Didn't quite time the run on that occasion. Hellenic happy to take it quickly. Kogai, good control, under duress, but he took on one defender too many. Now Isaac Paul pressing from the front, block after block. Hacked away by Hellenic. Nodded down. Centre of defence. Port Darwin, now they're being chased and pressed. Rushton Woods came crashing through. Had support in the form of Charles, and they win possession. Barry trying to slide through Bell, and the keeper had to be quick off his line and was. Good goalkeeping there, because that looked like a well-measured pass. And you can see Port Darwin now being hurried. Hellenic are trying to turn up the heat on them. Can Port Darwin hang with the league leaders when it starts to get really serious? And now the ball spills out to right back. Just a long ball to relieve a bit of pressure. And well, a pass like that, Alex, I mean, it's born out of the team just needing the chance to reset their defence and get their heads together, because that was a good little spell of pressure from Hellenic.
Yeah, it was. Get your structure back on, and I think they were caught off guard with Hellenic actually coming back at them with the tempo that Port have been setting. So I think it, just a chance to get their breath back and relax again, get some composure.
Right now, it's a good even contest here between these two teams. Hellenic's looking for an equaliser. Maskey to Barry. Maskey again. Shot from distance. And true to form, it does swing away. The right footer bending over out to the right, and that one always leading off target. And well, I think that's evidence, Alex, that Port Darwin have done their homework, because Maskey, he loves the long shot, but they did not give him any space. He had to shoot under pressure, and it definitely affected his attempt.
Yeah, definitely. They're closing down quite rapidly in the back there, and not just there on Simon Bell as well. They're just not giving any space.
Hellenic trying to weave their way through now. Maskey slipping over one tackle and past another, out to the right. Ball breaks at the byline. It's across, Bell over his head. Normally so dangerous in that 6-yard box. And he's going to win possession back all his own work, and then the slide tackle came in at the last. Naan unleashes a long shot, intercepted, and it's going to be taken right down to the line. Hard out at right back. Booted away. And that pass from Raparangunda intercepted straight away, and then he's left the boot in. Advantage given by the referee. Port Darwin not happy with the tackle, but they need to quickly switch their focus to the attack. Raimundo. And in the centre here, trying to find a teammate. Put it on the head of an Hellenic opponent instead. Left for Warren Barry. Lots of space for him to measure a long ball. Maskey breaking, goalkeeper had to go with his feet, couldn't wait for the ball to arrive inside the penalty area. Good decision from Dominic Price just to take that little step out of the box in the end to get there first. Sicklers. And now down the left side, McAvoy. And again, it's take a breath, end-to-end football continuing here. Half an hour of it so far here in the Football NT Men's Premier Division. So, again, a little lull as we wait for this throw-in to come. Port Darwin, they would love a second. They'd love a buffer here against this Hellenic team that are starting to match them minute for minute in this game, everywhere bar the scoreboard. Rushton Woods looking for options. Uses his favoured left foot and sends it long. Headed away from Bell, this time by Terry Fannin. And shouts of handball are heated, so Hellenic won't get to attack this time. Declan O'Shea quick to take the restart, trying to catch some players flat-footed, but no such luck. Interception came through convincingly. Raparangunda plays it to Naan. Naan to Maskey. Maskey clips it up. Bell, has he timed his run? No, he hasn't. Flag is up. Offside. And how did that look to the naked eye there at the ground, Alex?
Yeah, it was pretty close. Like, I think they're going to be scrapping for anything now.
The approach of the two centre-backs, O'Shea and Fannin, has been good so far. Bell hasn't quite had the service or the opportunities that he would be used to, having scored 11 goals in 9 games so far this season. Bit of a cheap giveaway this time. Barry. Raparangunda. He's made to do a full 360 on the ball and then wait for Bell, and now Maskey. He's going to shoot from distance again, and this one he hooks. Sends it wide right. He's had a couple of attempts from distance, neither of them able to threaten the target though, and Port Darwin will be pleased about that. They've been able to keep the playmaker for their opponents from reaching his best so far. Ball bounces on the halfway line. No one was there to challenge initially in the air. Paul trying to pick the pocket here of Bilius, but he's able to keep his wits about him and send it back to his own keeper. They've got to be so careful. Port Darwin are pressing with intent at times tonight. Oh, that's a giveaway that could prove costly. Kenneth Naan. And now they've got numbers on the right side. Raparangunda. Sliding it on for Mushigero. He's solidly body checked, but he's able to hold his own and play it back to Raparanganda. Espoir Mushigero, a bending, dangerous cross, and over the head of Bell. Close. He just couldn't make contact at the near post, but as far as a measured build-up, that was a very promising move, Alex, there from Hellenic.
Yeah, obviously they're getting more opportunities now, and I'm just watching Simon. Wherever Simon is, one or both of them centre-backs are with him. They're not giving him an inch of space.
If you're Hellenic, how do you try to exploit the fact that they might leave a wide gap or give a bit more opportunity if they're committing their centre-backs so dedicatedly to marking one player out of the game?
I think personally that Hellenic are going to have to look for goals from other avenues other than Simon, but Simon will play a key role. Obviously, he knows them centre-backs on him. Can he pull them out of position? Wherever he goes, they go, so he might be the key here.
Jose. Block tackle, deflecting away from Mashamango. Barry able to slide past one, but then the pass was interrupted. Didn't reach its intended target. Given away again. Giveaways are starting to come thick and fast for Port Darwin here. I don't want to continually cough possession up to this Hellenic team and let them get too comfortable on the ball. Strung together about 10 passes here, but it's just to take them into the attacking half. Now they're forced to go back again. So a little bit of a tactical victory for Port Darwin, just keeping Hellenic at bay even when they've got the ball. Now Hellenic trying to venture forward, and they just haven't quite had the wings to themselves tonight. Always had a few issues trying to work through the middle. Are we about to see an early sub here, Alex?
We sure are, with Matthew McNabbs coming on.
And so you wonder if the effect of playing on Tuesday has taken too great a toll here, because it looks as though it's Espoir Mushigero who's coming off, if I'm not mistaken, the number 14. And
absolutely correct.
So we saw him get muscled off the ball a couple of times. He was just trying to forge a path down that right wing, but they've decided that 36 minutes, time to put him in cotton wool and go and try something different with Matthew McNabb here. First half sub, still some 8 or so minutes from the halftime break. And the sub is straight into the action on the opposite wing. So it's been met with a bit of a tactical switch as well. Rushton Woods, volleyed away by Fannin. Ilias is up right into his attacking half to win the ball back. And Turner out to the right, Raparanganda. Wonder if we'll see him in a bit more of an advanced position now. He's trying to play a pass down the right to no one in particular, though, and that one will run out. So it looks as though McNabb's come on the left here, Alex, and the man subbed off. Mushigero was playing over on the right, so it means that they're going to shuffle things around a bit. They're not going to wait for the halftime team talk. They're going to try and do something about it right now.
That's right, and I think they want to keep Port on their toes, keep mixing it up a bit, and I think it might just be some extra service for Simon at the top there.
See if that can make some sort of a difference, trying to drag defenders away from him or exploit the space due to the close attention that he's receiving. Port Darwin might be looking to make an adjustment of their own once they work out exactly what Hellenic are thinking up. Isaac Paul, the goal scorer, turns and distributes out to the right. Promising build-up here. Thrifty has it taken off him. Ran into a 1-on-2. That's good work coming in and winning it back from Mashamango. And now Prifty, a chance again. Turns and opts to go backwards to Jay Adams. And now Roberto Sticles. Weaving through midfield. Sold Mashamango into a bit of trouble there, and that's a clumsy challenge coming in from behind. You're only ever going to give away a foul there, but Rushton Woods is not going to spend too long pondering it. Gets back up and puts the ball back in play. Maskey, a little feign, and the ball ran on. Trying to slip past his marker. Now, it's good recovery there from Declan O'Shea just to get back and make a contest without fouling his man. Because it looked like he'd been beaten with a little bit of cleverness from Maskey there, but he was able to get back on his case. Turner sends it out to Rushton Woods. Pass is intercepted. Paul, and he's perhaps anticipated a run that wasn't coming as he knocks that one out for a throw. Rushton Woods. Pass is intercepted. Trying to take it and run. McAvoy. And then given away. Not a good ball there from Kogai. Driven along by Barry. Bell up for the header. No teammates following through in support though. Totally isolated in fact. And it's all Port Darwin as it rolls over to the line. Won't go out just yet. Into the last 5 minutes of the first half then. Only goal came in the 3rd minute. It does feel like more are on the way. Crifty. That's a task a bit too difficult for Paul as Turner plays it back to his keeper. Now Ruparangunda trying to take it and run, but Sticklez was able to match him and turn him away. Barry. Dangerous pass. Can Port capitalise though? Villiers came through, won the header. Now Rushton Woods. It's not on the deck at all here. They're trying to get it to ground. Jose's done well. Shoulder to shoulder, and Turner beat him for strength. A good challenge to win possession back. Pressing from Mashimango, can't put Barry off his pass. Now Rushton Wood in trouble here against Paul. So I know it's cool tonight, Alex, but do you think that Port Darwin are going to be able to sustain this level of aggression in their pressing and the energy? I know you're allowed 5 subs, but do you think they'll have enough left in the tank to see this game out, given all the running they've done in this first half?
I'm not sure. As we're getting to the closing stages of this first half, they're starting to show signs of wear, and obviously the midweek game as well. I think it's going to be a pretty big ask, and I think if they're hungry enough, they might just do it.
You see that cross there from Hellenic sailing out. Wasted opportunity, perhaps. 2.5 minutes of regulation time to go. Plenty of time being taken over this goal kick as well. Halftime team talk will be so important for both teams, especially if there are players who are going to burn out in this second half, having already played on Tuesday. Long ball from Maskey, and out of Bell's reach, and not for the first time in this half. Price just gets in the right spot, takes a clean catch. Challenge here for Ruparangunda. He's got to be careful. He had his pocket picked by Roberto Sicklez. He's able to escape his tackle as well. And now Sicklez sending it back out to the left. Red alert here for Hellenic. They don't want to go 2-0 down right on the break. And the return pass just didn't have enough juice on it. And now with gaps opening up, can Hellenic go end to end? Bell. Barry. Trying to advance from deep is Child. Gets to the ball. scuffed the cross. They haven't quite dealt with it yet. And then karate-style kick coming through from Terry Fannin, and that was effective enough. It's going to end up in a goal kick. Last minute of regulation, and I'll get your final thought on the first half, Alex. It's been good entertainment and a little bit hard to believe we've only had the one goal.
Yeah, it's been quite end-to-end. Both the goalkeepers have been busy. Teams have been testing each other, and both teams towards the end now have really found their rhythm and they're coming at pace. It's just, let's see if they can keep that pace and pressure in the second half.
So, goal kick here. You wonder if there'll be any stoppage at all. It has been a game played with the ball in motion quite a bit. Only had the one instance of, or two instances of players staying down, but no instances of the trainer needing to be called. Rushton Woods. Referee takes a quick glance at the watch. We'll get a few seconds of extras at the end of this first half, it seems. Nah. Bell. Converged upon in a 2-on-1. Rushton Woods. And Simon Bell. Hellenic would love an equaliser here. They can't find the right pass, though. And a real mash of players. High clearances. No one goes in the air. They waited for it to bounce. Naan. Bell. Maskey. Back to Bell. And he is slid in on. Blocked away. Story of his first half. Just Port Darwin shirts on him every time he gets the ball. As the ball goes back and forth in midfield. That is half-time, and it has been a good, entertaining contest. Don't be fooled by the 13-point gap between them on the ladder. Fifth-placed Port Darwin are doing very well in this one. Isaac Paul striking in the 4th minute, and his goal is the difference. It's half-time. Stay with us here on the Football NT YouTube channel and Facebook page, because we've got a really good second half coming up. It is Port Darwin 1, Hellenic 0. referee back out in the middle, getting ready to resume the action here in the Football Northern Territory Men's Premier Division. We're at halftime. Port Darwin 1, lead Hellenic 0. And what a result it would be for Port Darwin when you consider that the first meeting between the teams earlier this year finished in a 5-1 win for Hellenic. Still a long way to go, though. The man about to take kickoff is our goal scorer. Isaac Paul netted his 7th goal of the season back in the 3rd minute after a goalkeeping error from Nick Theodorakopoulos, and both goalkeepers very good since then. We wonder now what we will see between now and full time. It was 1-0 last Friday as Mindel held on in a bit of a memorable classic. Are we going to get something similar here tonight? Bit of a delay here. The referee's got back out reasonably early, but you may have seen from the countdown clock that it wasn't quite the full half-time allocation, but these two teams are so keen to get on with it that we're back underway. And it is Port Darwin taking kickoff here as a result. Throw in to be taken over on the left. Sicles. And now through the left side. And it's going to be a throw-in. On the edge of the box, Bell. And now Sulav Maski. Great save. Tipped over. Hellenic thought they had the equaliser. But that's a top stop from Dominic Price. And as I welcome my co-commentator for the evening, Alex Bunton, back. What a good save that was.
Absolutely. Early intentions have been stated now.
So the ball bouncing down to Theodorakopoulos, who would have seen his opposite number make an incredible save. Hellenic must be wondering what it takes to score tonight. They've still got plenty of time to go, though. Naan. Through the left. Tried to turn it inside. Well defended. Dilius. Intercepted. Declan O'Shea. And now a foul in the centre of midfield as Alex Turner is felled. And are we... No, we're still not going to see a card just yet. And this is starting to look a bit serious here. You can see Alex Turner is holding his knee. This is not what anyone wants to see. The trainer's going to come out, and Alex, this is a real worry here for the Hellenic team, and in particular for the man himself, Alex Turner.
Absolutely. He's been a rock in the back for them in the first half, and, you know, if he's got to come off, it would be a pretty big blow.
I'll be hoping the magic spray can do its trick, but you look at where he's holding on the outside of his knee. You hope it's not something that's going to end his night here.
It was a big tackle by the big man there. You know, he's a centre-back coming backwards after a big run.
You think about how this is interrupting the momentum of Hellenic as well, how they started the second half so busily. And he's back on his haunches, bending his knees, trying to start feeling a bit better. And he's all right to continue. Good news. So long ball from the resulting free kick. Hellenic into their penalty area. Kogai clears away. Intercepted though, Ruparangunda. And now Childs. Naan. Scooped a high early ball. Kogai. Given away. Maskey. Had that great chance to start the half. Now trying to turn. Provider. Attempted overhead kick was spectacular, but did not connect from Bell. He had goal of the year in his sights there, Alex, but he just couldn't connect.
I think that's been his problem all night so far. It's just that very last execution.
Would have been quite the goal had he been able to pull it off, but not that close in the end. Restart coming now for Hellenic. Attempted through ball, right there, shoulder to shoulder. Bell, well, he ended up getting a bit sucked in by the defender there. Declan O'Shea has to take the credit. Knocked him off the ball, and then Bell wanted to go on with it man to man rather than worry about the ball in play. It's a little bit of afters, nothing serious. There is going to be a card though. Simon Bell's got in the book, and I know we've been talking about this all through the first half here, Alex. We were onto it early, let's be honest. We saw the tactics from Port Darwin. We knew what was coming, and maybe this comes as no surprise.
Yeah, it's a little bit of frustration there, settling in. He's obviously not having the game that he wants to be playing, and that's just lashing out a little bit.
As we get to the 52nd minute, maybe minds for both teams start to turn to subs. There was one sub made in the first half for Hellenic. They did take off Espai Mushigero and bring on Matthew McNabb, but we haven't called his name a great deal after his introduction to the game. Ruparangunda able to ride the challenge of Siclaires, and now tries to show a burst of speed in at the near post. It was all Port Darwin though, and they're able to clear. O'Shea hurried into the pass. Found a teammate though. McAvoy would always want his left foot, you suspect. Mashamango back to McAvoy, and now Jose to Kogai. Things slow down a little. This is as many passes in a row as Port Darwin have strung together tonight, though. They're the ones that are starting to look like Hellenic normally do. Mashamango. And the slide tackle comes in and stops Tobias Kogai. It's going to fall for Barry. Able to keep it in right against the paint of the touchline, but can't connect with Maskey. McAvoy's pass, not a good one. Maskey now will turn and face, and the defenders converge. Well played by Fannin, extending the right leg out to the ball. Jose. And now Kogai. Paul trying to make up ground, but he was led to the ball. Down in the corner. He's pressing right up, but it's going to be a Hellenic throw. And down in the right back corner, they can't break the lines at the moment, Hellenic. So we've had 10 minutes of the second half. Alex, have you noticed any significant tactical changes or just little differences in the game between the first half?
Hellenic had definitely come out with intentions to move the ball a lot quicker and play a faster pace, the same pace they set at the end of the first half. The Port Darwin is sitting back and a little bit slower to react, not pressing quite as quickly. But then again, I think that might be a reserve on the stamina.
Raimundo. Now attempted shot from distance. One nowhere near. Retrieving the ball has taken a little while here. Just a reminder that coming up the remaining games this weekend, Casuarina against Uni Atsuri. Uni Atsuri probably still won't believe that they managed to lose to Mindel last weekend, given how they dominated that game. And then Mindel, they'll be playing Darwin Hearts tomorrow night in the evening game. So an interesting weekend. Three fairly even contests. Well, two fairly even contests, and then maybe one favourite and underdog in the case of Mindel versus Hearts. Certainly Casuarina versus Uni Atsuri looked like a bit of a coin flip as well. Made it pretty hard to choose which one was the pick of the bunch this weekend. This one so far has lived up to the expectations that we would get a good contest, because indeed we have. And from the centre of midfield, Hellenic send it left. Foul given. McAvoy, happy to slow things down. Pressing from Kogai. Trying to catch Ruparangunda in possession, but he's able to evade the danger. And now Naan. Barry keeps it moving for Hellenic. Bell has come very deep just to get a feel for the ball in a bit of space. Maskey. Slide challenge on him. Bell, good touch. Great one too, almost. Teammate coming through. Oh, he's gone to ground. And the referee says... I think the flag is up here initially. So that's going to mean that the shout for a penalty becomes a moot point. I thought the 1-2 was on for Bell there, but his teammate came in and nicked it off his toes, Alex.
Yeah, you know... I think they're all hungry for it. I think Simon was just a little less hungry for that one.
Tell you what, it was smart play from Bell, because he just came a bit deeper to lose the defenders, get a feel for the ball, and then he was able to show us what he could do. Question is, will he be able to replicate it through the last half an hour or so and try and find a goal? Maskey. Half volley. Kogai. Mashamungo. Kenneth Naan. Squares it to Barry. Intercepted. The chase is on here. Paul beaten to the ball by Barry. Maskey tries a gentle dink. Good control. McNabb. And even though the keeper made a physical presence, legal according to the referee. And Matthew McNabb there, starting to get involved in this game. Had the little half chance a moment ago, and now again running in behind. And that's what we needed to see from him, Alex. He needs to, again, be the player that makes the most of Simon Bell drawing defenders.
That's it, and I think the whole forward pack for Hellenic now are getting involved. It's not just Simon on his own. They're starting to link up play, 1-2s, bouncing the ball, and that's exactly what they need.
Ball just starting to live down at their attacking end a bit here. Port Darwin need a circuit breaker to try and relieve a bit of pressure. Raparangunda. Oh, he's able to slalom past one, and then Sinclair's, well, he did very well shoulder to shoulder not to give away a foul. Clearance from Port Darwin is less than convincing. Raparangunda headed down. Rushton Woods and coming through. Mashimango knocks it away. Port Darwin not happy with the number of metres just taken outside of play before the throw-in. It's not going to come to anything though. O'Shea volleys away. Ball's there to be won. Oh, it's been missed by Bilius. So Jose takes over. Drifting sideways. Now McAvoy sees right foot there. That's a beautiful ball. Oh, offside. Offside, just when it looked like the pass was struck so nicely into the path of Roberto Siclez, but they're going to have to stop and let Hellenic reset here. Ball's been knocked away. Paul is trying to judge the bounce, and he's done well here, Isaac Paul. Childs is right there challenging him, snapping at his heels, and able to force him out to the touchline. Can't keep it in. Recovery defending going on there, though. Thrown at the edge of the box. Trickery successfully attempted once and twice from Port Darwin here. Fleet-footed stuff. It's going to be a corner kick, and all credit to Andrew Prifty there for keeping the ball on a string a little bit. And this is what Port Darwin needed, isn't it, Alex? Just to get the ball down their attacking end and something to break the momentum that Hellenic was starting to build.
Yeah, take a bit of pressure off and just don't let Hellenic get comfortable with the ball. Obviously, looking at Port now, they haven't got the same pace, and the options are just, there's a lot of walking.
Corner kick. What a bonus a second goal here would be. McAvoy wants his left peg, and it was always bending away. Made space, but it was a high degree of difficulty. So now at the 63-minute mark, you start to think that with 5 subs still left for Port, 4 still left for Hellenic, that it's going to become very busy down on the benches before we close this one out. Out in front of the runner goes the pass, Matthew McNabb. Long throw to the edge of the 6-yard box, headed away. Nahn. Passed it straight onto the head of the lunging Fannin. Shoulder to shoulder, good tackle. McAvoy, such a presence in midfield. Underhit pass, and Raimundo Jose handled it as he jumped in. What do you make of Ryan McAvoy? He is definitely not a player who relies on his pace. It's all about his ability to pass and distribute the ball, and he makes such a difference to this Port Darwin midfield, doesn't he?
Absolutely, he's one of the key playmakers. You know, he just works it so well and so comfortable. And I think that's what Port Darwin need, is to keep comfortable and keep happy on the ball.
And the effect of Barry and Nunn, they've both been prominent, but McAvoy has been able to just give as good as he gets in that midfield area. At times, Hellenic, it can just feel like they are constantly on the attack, whereas tonight it's been a bit more of a balance. And that ball bounces into the hands of Dominic Price on his goal line. Picked up again by the keeper. Here's a good chance now. McNabb blocked straight off the boot. He recovers. McNabb blocked again. Sinclair's right in there with him to stop it becoming a third shot in a row. Trying to drive end to end. Roberto Sinclair's, look at the engine on him, just full of running. And he's onside here as he breaks through the left. Cutting in. It's been a great solo effort. Can he get a teammate involved? Jose. Grabbed and grappled by Maskey. No foul. And now Hellenic with a gap to exploit. McNabb can't get onto the ball here. O'Shea gets through. And stamina and fitness have been terms we've been using tonight with the midweek game. But, Alex, that was a fantastic run from Roberto Sinclair. He just had more energy to keep going and going.
Yeah, he just got spurts of energy exactly when he needs to have them. I think it's hungry. It's just hunger for the ball. He just wants to keep going and going and going.
As we see the ball knocked out here, Sinclair's nearest man to it after being truly magnificent in that last minute. So free kick from just inside the attacking half. And the whistle goes. The attack is broken up. What's the referee decided here? Handball, it seems. So it's going to be a Port Darwin free kick. Declan O'Shea, you can just see at the bottom of the screen there, going over to the bench, getting a drink of water, re-energising himself. Bit of discussion from Endry Prifty here. And he's going to drive it high and bend it. Well, that's a waste. It was a set-piece opportunity for Port Darwin, but came to absolutely nothing. Through the left side. And now the pass. Maskey was coming from deep. Price, good judge of when to come out and play the ball. Did so again. Played through the right side and biding his time, O'Shea. That refueling has worked as he volleys clear. So corner kick, Maskey to take. Right into the mix-up and headed away. Not for the first time, out of the 6-yard box by Port Darwin's defence. They've got their positioning right tonight. Now it's the keeper's turn, and he's able to bat it out. The last touch coming off Rushton Woods. That might be a preview to what we get for the last 20 minutes, though, Alex. It was pretty hectic in the box there.
Yeah, so Hellenic are closer and edger and getting closer and closer to getting that goal. They just can't seem to put it in the back of the net. But we are starting to see activity from both benches with players starting to warm up. So I'm expecting a couple of changes coming up in the next 5 minutes.
You can see conversations taking place on the bench. The Hellenic sideline at the bottom of the screen. What can they come up with to get an equaliser here? Jose and Sicles, the running man. That one was even beyond his ability to chase down. Bell, a long way from goal, inside his defensive half even. Sicles. Driven across the pitch by Mashimango. Knew he had the man out there on the right. And the cross deep to the far post. And, well, you got to credit Ruparangunda there. Got in the way of the oncoming attacker and put it behind. Port Darwin finding another wind to match Hellenic as this game goes on. So here comes the corner. Port Darwin, 2, might be a big mountain for Hellenic to climb. And the volley is skied into the night. Jose not able to keep that one down. Now we have a man down. And it's the team that can't afford to be winding time off their own clock as they chase the game. Munyaradzi Ruparangunda has the trainer out to him. The question is, you can see the boot's already off. Is it going to be the end of his night? Alex, what's your gut feel? Is that game over tonight for Munya?
Yeah, it looks like number 13 is just took to the field. I think that is definitely a substitution there.
Port Darwin resume in possession though. Oh, and Jose floored Childs collected him, no foul, play on. Crossfield pass. Kogai. Just knocked on a little prematurely on that occasion. So going in to try and recover, Prifty. Isaac Paul. Prifty again. They remain combative. Whistle goes. Have we got a sub now taking place to relieve Rapurangunda here?
Yes, it's the number 14 on the ball now. Or number 13, sorry, I apologise.
That's Stylianos Vrontos, who's come on and taking that throw in. Vrontos into the game for Rapurangunda. And now yellow card out of the pocket. Andrew Prifty in the referee's book.
Another substitute getting ready now, number 3.
So Joseph Niambo, who we've seen come on and off at times this year. He's been used as a sub more often than not in recent games for Hellenic.
With Harry Childs coming off, number 4.
It's interesting. Childs has been a big physical presence in this game. Hasn't been afraid to put himself about. Last 15 minutes, though, maybe they want the fresh legs coming off the bench, giving them a bit of energy here. Vrontos and Niambo coming on for the trailing Hellenic. 14 minutes plus stoppage to go. Port Darwin trying to do the league a favour, really, by putting the brakes on the ladder leader and compressing the table. Diagonal ball bouncing in the area, and just enough physical attention there from Declan O'Shea on Sulav Maskey to stop him reaching the ball. And block tackle is going to fall kindly for the sub. Niambo. It's allowed to bounce in the box. McNabb, Bell, blocked away. The story of his night continues. And those shots were ending up in the back of the net in previous games this year. Tonight, it is Port Darwin bodies throwing themselves selflessly in the way of the ball. And you can see here that play's been stopped. But that defensive commitment tonight from Port Darwin, Alex, really has typified the way that they have played this game.
Absolutely. I think they're hungry for the 3 points, and they're putting everything on the line to make sure they get there. They just got to hold on another 12 to 13 minutes, and hopefully it'll be theirs.
So play back underway. It was Sulav Maskey there. You saw him rubbing his hip after that last scramble in the penalty area. Bell had the shot, blocked away. 12 minutes to go. It might start to feel like time is just slowing down for Port Darwin here as they attempt to hold on to all 3 points. We had to wait until round 8 to get a draw in this league. We've had 2 in a row. Are we going to get a third? There's another man down behind play. You see at the top right of your screen. And the referee eventually has seen what's going on here. They're starting to fall one after another. The effect of playing Tuesday and Friday is really starting to show. And so players back on their feet. It's just really a test of endurance as much as anything now, trying to get to the finish line. So restart Andrew Prifty. Played it to Kogai, who was in trouble, and then he's run into his own teammate, Mushamungo. It's going to work out for Port Darwin, though. Jose. Oh, and he's given possession away. Barry. And McNabb turns and rolls it back to his teammate, Rushton Woods. Intercepted, though. Raimundo Jose. He's been in everything tonight. Waited for the run of Siclares. He's biding his time, waiting for the right pass. He's got himself into a little spot of bother. Able to squirm free. Now a deflected forward pass. It's going to be swept upon here by Andrew Prifty and looping into the arms of Nick Theodorakopoulos, and his error sliding past the ball back in the 4th minute of the game feels like a very long time ago now. So much has happened since. We've had everything except the ball hitting the back of the net once again. And the attempted run here from Isaac Paul, and the sub, Vrontos, puts it out for a throw. Whistle goes, and Alex, it's another sub. Talk us through what's happening on the bench.
That is number 15, Mario, coming on. And Sulav is coming off.
Well,
I think that hit's just got him.
Yeah, big sacrifice to make, though. Sulav Maski having to leave the game. And Mario Camarao comes on for Hellenic. They've used 4 of their 5 subs now. Only Junagama remains who can come on for them, while Port Darwin, they have not made a sub. They have stuck with the 11 that started the game. Pretty extraordinary. They've been backed in here by the coach maybe to finish the job. Oh, so clever from Siclares. And Paul, oh, it was nicked from under him. He had to pull the trigger there. That would have been one of the great assists from Roberto Siclares. It deserved a goal. Not to be. And now Hellenic have possession back. Rushton Woods drives it from deep. Falls out of the night sky. Still work to be done by Fannin. He gets across and puts it out. That would have been one of the great assists had that ended up in the back of the net there. So we see Hellenic try to keep the heat on. Vrontos hurls it to the penalty spot. Volleyed away from McNabb. Vrontos again. Oh, he rose really high. He's got a good leap on him, but he couldn't get the ball. Now at his feet. Rushton Woods. Bell. And couldn't find a teammate at the edge of the box. Only Mashimungo gets it away. Vrontos backtracking. And he's going to use his keeper. Time fast becoming the enemy of Hellenic here. Trying to avoid defeats. It would leave the door open for Middle to go top of the league this weekend. Even a draw, well, a draw may not necessarily leave the door open because of goal difference, but they're 2 points clear at the moment. Twisting and turning Jose. Oh, it's a hooked pass straight onto the feet of the latest sub, Camarao. And as the players all appeal for the throw, it's going to be a Port Darwin ball. Mashimungo. And Bilius leaping over the top of Paul, who had no chance of withstanding the weight of a much taller player leaping into his back. And a free kick, the easy decision for the referee. So Port Darwin will size up the options and play it short. Jose. Waxing with McAvoy, but that was too clever by half. Straight to Kenneth Nahn. But no chance of counter-attacking. Both teams, they're really starting to look tired, aren't they, Alex?
Absolutely. I think they're all throwing the garden sink at each other now.
It might be a case of one of the individual subs being the difference here rather than the entire team running their heart out. It might just be down to one fresh player making a big difference here. Here's Nunn, who's been with us from the beginning. Hooks it to the edge of the box. McNabb. Rushton Woods and Camerau. Oh, he used an arm to fend off there, and the Port Darwin player right in view of the referee, who's happy to let it continue. Port Darwin will be furious if they concede here, though. Ball into the 6-yard box and lashed in. They have scored, and it's McNabb who's got the equaliser, and it is laced with controversy. It looked like there was an arm from Camerau in the build-up. The Port Darwin man stayed down, but Hellenic kept playing, and it is the first half sub, Matthew McNabb. They got him into the game early, and he has paid the faith back by grabbing the equaliser. Alex Bunton, your thoughts?
That is just blowing this game wide open now. I think the rest of this last 5-6 minutes, any team can grab it. I think they're both hungry, and I think there's definitely another goal in here somewhere.
Was it a foul in the build-up?
Oh, it depends who you ask. It's definitely going off here between the dugouts, but I think he has been going down a little bit easy at times during the game, but I did see the arm come up, so, I'm always going to back the referee. He's the one that made the call.
That's the thing. You look at the referee's position. He had the perfect view, and he made his decision right there on the spot. It's 1-1. There is 4 minutes plus stoppage to go. Port Darwin, can they win it again? They were in the lead for 81 minutes in this game. Offside flag is up. Now, they haven't turned to the bench once tonight, Alex. Are they going to make a sub?
From what I'm viewing here, it doesn't look like it. There's not much activity going on.
So the 11 that started the night, now they're going to have to cling on and defend. McNabb, he's got one. Can he be the hero here? Oh, he cut in and played it straight into traffic. Now Port Darwin try to emerge. Ball there to be won. Brontos committed against Kogai. And out on the right, blocked away. The backtracking Mashimango was crucial. Big finish to this game. They drew 2-2 on Tuesday. It's 1-1 here. Hellenic with a draw should be able to hold top spot this weekend on goal difference at a minimum. Long throw from Brontos. A win would be a big turnaround. McNabb, oh, he fell over at the crucial moment. Here's the follow-up, blocked straight off the boot. Rushton Woods is denied. Hellenic are throwing everything at this one. They're trying to pinch it late with the big comeback. Less than 3 minutes plus stoppage to go now. High cross into the night sky. Headed away. Physical stuff. The game continues. Mashimango into the path of Paul. He scored early. Can he score late? Round the keeper. The net's open. Oh, he couldn't get it on the target, though. He could not get it on the target. That could have been Port Darwin back in front. Not to be. And as the ball goes out, Alex, what a chance. He just couldn't balance and get enough power behind that shot.
Absolutely. Just a lack of composure right at the final moment there. I think he might have just got to him.
And so Port Darwin have shown that they're still capable. 2 minutes to go. They're not holding on. They're trying to win it again. Barry, heel turn. Hellenic's opportunity here. Bell. Trying to turn provider. McNabb. Back to Bell. And Bell, oh, he got the feet free. And for one of the rare occasions tonight, he was facing goal with the ball at his feet. But he sent it over the bar. And what an answer that would have been on a night where he has been starved of opportunities if he had proven the winner at the end of it all. That's going to take us into the last minute of regulation on what has been another very entertaining Friday night. Goal kick. It's a shallow one. Hooked away as well. And Port Darwin have done well just to keep the ball alive here. Paul lost where it was. Bilius able to withstand one tackle. Oh, it's off the back of the referee. And the referee, well, Hellenic might have thought they were away. Maybe they won't be too happy that initially the referee brought play back because he thought he'd disadvantaged them. And he's here, Tim Lay, having to shout to the sideline and calm things down here because
this is
we're
Port
finally
making
going to see.
Substitution.
Yes, it's Andrew Savis.
17.
Andrew Savis coming on, and Raimundo Jose is going to take his time to walk to the sidelines here. See the pat on the head from John Dean for Savas, who's about to come on. This will take us into stoppage time. Port Darwin trying to hold on for a draw. A draw for them tonight would move them to 8 points, one behind Azzurri in fourth spot. It would still be a vital point in the race for top four. They can't give up on 3 just yet. 3 would be a real league changer. Paul, first touch abandoned him, and now he's knocked over Turner. Free kick. Referee insisting the free kick be restarted from the right spot, and now we're back underway. Long ball, and easily dealt with by the goalkeeper. This time a bit better purchase on the distribution. Still doesn't quite get to halfway though for Price. And now Niembo. Oh, was that a handball? The shouts go up. Oh, it's a penalty. It is a stoppage time penalty. Declan O'Shea had his arm out. He was trying to disguise it best he could. But the referee has pointed to the spot, and Port Darwin, this is going to be heartbreak if this penalty hits the back of the net. Alex, it's high drama at the end of the night.
Absolutely. Both benches are starting to jump around now. One happy, one not so happy.
From your view, did it look like a handball?
His arm was trailing out. He didn't tuck it in quite quick enough, in my opinion.
So, Simon Bell has barely had a sniff of goal tonight, and yet the leading scorer in the league can add to his tally here. If he puts goal number 12 of the season in the back of the net, Hellenic will win, and they will come from behind with 2 late goals. But he must convert. Dominic Price, over to you. Can you save your team? He can! He can! Dominic Price is the hero for Port Darwin. It was not a well-struck penalty. Price didn't have to go too far. He got down to the ball, and as he boots it away, the full-time whistle goes. What a finish in the men's Premier Division. High drama on Friday night, and Port Darwin, well, they'll feel as though it's nothing less than they deserve to get a share of the points. Hellenic, they nearly pulled off robbery here tonight, but that's the man who saved the day. Dominic Price, take a bow. And what a match we've had. Alex Bunton, I'll get your final thoughts of the night. Man of the match, please, and your final say on this game.
I think both teams came out absolutely fighting for it in the second half. Again, it was a slow start, but they both finished strong. And I think the draw, I think that's pretty fair. Both teams had great spells, played well. Again, lacking final execution from both teams. But I'm going to have to say Dominic Price for my man of the match. He's had some wonderful saves. And again, it was a shot stop at the final moment then.
Well, it's been a pleasure tonight, Alex. Thank you for your company. We've had an absolute ripper game here. 1-1 the final score. It means that Hellenic should, barring a 10-goal win for Mindel tomorrow, hold on to top spot in the league for another weekend. Port go to 8 points. They're 1 outside the top 4. Uni Azzurri play Casuarina in the day game tomorrow. Hearts v Mindel in the night game. On behalf of our broadcast team tonight, Alex Bunton and Sportscast Australia, my name is Teo Pellizzeri. Thank you for your company. It's all over here in the Football NT Men's Premier Division, and it ends. Port Darwin 1, Hellenic 1. Good night.